Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2024 Netflix original film Damsel, starring Millie Bobby Brown. She actually executive produced this as well. Um, who else is in this? Angela Bassett's in this. Nick Robinson is in this. He plays a prince. This is hour 50 minutes. Came out March 8th, 24. Day after my birthday. Wonderful celebration weekend. But I didn't see this until recently. So this film was pretty cool. Certain parts I feel like they could have been expanded a little more on. There's a lot of like, this is what's going on and this is the lie, but like certain things just like Angela Bassett playing her stepmom, like that was just like this is the information, but there was no like backstory, like how she became this stepmom and like things, right? Like certain things, and then her father selling princess daughter to other country for gold, for an actual sacrifice to a dragon. That was interesting. Not just doing it for the betterment of the people kind of a thing. So then it's just a matter of how does Millie Bobby Brown's character of Elodie fight a dragon in this cave system in this far off land, as she loves mazes, but she's understanding the cave is a maze and how to betterment the dragon, and then finding the healing properties of these glowworms and like using them to her advantage to heal herself, to then heal her sister, who's then thrown into the cave as well, and then tricking the dragon into burning itself, and then healing the dragon with the glowworms to then take the final revenge on the kingdom after all. It was a good wrap up, but I feel like a lot of it was very surfacey. Like there was stuff, and Millie does a great job with in regards to horror and that screaming element. When she screams, when she cries, you like feel it kind of thing. She's done this since she was a kid with Stranger Things, with playing the character of Eleven. So I wasn't surprised with the acting ability. I just wanted more story, if that makes any sense. So like one of the characters is revealed to be Victoria, who is this thrown in, down the well princess kind of a thing, throw down the cavern princess kind of a thing, and she like traces a map in this cavern where these girls can wind up going to, those who are being sacrificed wind up going to, and like they all write their name on a wall and stuff, and then like there's a specific way that V is written for Victoria, who drew this map, and shows an escape to get out. But then that means that somebody escaped and then came back to draw the map and then left again, right? So it was a little bit confusing. So then eventually when we're getting through the maze, and then we get to the music part of the maze, and then we climb with the crystals, we as in Millie Bobby's character climbs with the crystals, to then get to that exit where the sun is, we then see that it's a cliff, that there is no actual way to get down off the mountain, that is just an opening to get to the fresh air kind of a thing. And then you see other words scrolled on the wall where it says not safe, V, and then there's a skeleton right next to them, an address, so you perceive that this is V. So what was the purpose of, again, this is all assuming, V is the one who drew the map because of that V next to her name, right? Victoria is the one who drew the map. So if she got out, saw the opening, decided to then go back to the cave, draw the map, then climb back up the crystals again, to then realize that she can't actually escape, and then write not safe, I don't see the logic in that, because if you're escaping a cave system and then you're seeing the sun, you're going to go towards the exit to then see what's beyond you. You're not going to say, oh look, sun, let me not explore it, let me turn back and draw on a wall and then come back again. It doesn't make sense. Everything else was fine. Like I liked how they made the royal blood. They cut the palm of a royal, cut the palm of the other non-royal of the land, and then smush it together, and then therefore the royal blood goes into their bloodstream, making them royal blood for the dragon's sacrifice, quote unquote, right? To be satiated. But my other problem with that is it's referenced that the dragon needs royal blood sacrifices. 3 daughters, because of this whole thing where, the king made a deal with the dragon that if she lets him live, he'll give her, his 3 oldest daughters, and then the sacrifice continues every generation, something like that. But it's all a lie, because it was the king who had the king's guards slay the dragon's 3 babies right after the birth. So it was those daughters being killed, not the king's daughters being killed. So it was all based on a lie. But my problem is that the prince, Nick Robinson's character, who is a great prince, in regards to doing his princely duties, and then quote unquote feeling remorse about doing them, um, he is to be wed to a princess of another kingdom. So if you're a princess of another kingdom, you're of royal blood. So what's the purpose of cutting the prince's hand from one kingdom and cutting the princess's hand from another kingdom to then make royal blood when technically the princess has royal blood, unless it has to specifically be royal blood of that particular kingdom. But they don't actually say that. The dragon just references, "Oh, I smell your royal blood." But they were made to be royal, but they are royal. It was a tad bit confusing, I'm not gonna lie. Otherwise, the cinematography was great, the action sequences were great, the special effects were great in regards to the blooding, the burns, the dragon's fire, which was like magma kind of a thing, lava, if you will. Very smart. Like how they did that. Dragon design is very cat-like, like Toothless, but mixed with actual scales, so that was pretty neat. More like a griffin hybrid. What else? True chimera, if you will. The costuming was great. The set design was great. The golden carriages, very opulent. Like, it's a Netflix property. It felt like Bridgerton a lot of the time in regards to that royal aspect. But I just wanted more from the story, and I wanted it to be less confusing, especially royal blood to royal blood. Huh? And then why is V traveling up and down a crystal cavern? Huh? Otherwise, it was fine. It was enjoyable. I enjoyed the trickery and then the coming together with the dragon at the end to then burn the kingdom down. I thought that was neat. It's very Daenerys Targaryen of her. But then it brought flashbacks of how terrible the last season of Game of Thrones was. And I was like, damn it. We were so close to glory, but then we were failed miserably. So, Damsel, great film. Could have been better. I was fine with the time, hour and 50 minutes. I thought it was fine. I'm curious what they might do next, if they do something next. It's also interesting that Millie Bobby Brown's characters are all L something, right? Or starts with an E. You have 11 in Stranger Things, all these Netflix properties. She plays Enola Holmes, is Enola Holmes 1 and 2, and then now she plays Elodie. So, Elodie, excuse me. So, it's just entertaining. She plays good E characters, E-named characters. So, Damsel, 2024 Netflix original film. On to the next review. Mahalo.